The September 3rd laundry list has been updated. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So the Sims tweeted and shared on other social media, including Facebook, their Discord, and the Sims Linktree. In case you missed it, the latest laundry list is available. We made some updates to the Lovestruck section, including additional fixes and corrections from the originally shared list. And then the updated list essentially is the original list that has had the updates made to them. And then you can see there that the original one came out on September 3rd. And in addition to that, they have some snapshots of some top community items. So you have like the outdoor lighting affecting inside the room through the ceiling, invitational phone calls from your own household members will stop. The walls and whatnot in apartments, university dorms, and penthouses should cut away properly now. You've had some strange wall patches and gaps that are no longer visible in wall down view in the San Myshuno apartments. And the Finchwick Fair results notifications will stop triggering during Sports Day composition results and also other competition ones I've gone. So I'm assuming it'll be for all of them and not just that particular one. Then it goes on to say NPCs will stop constantly making distressing decoctions autonomously in the neighborhood or in the active Sims lot during self-sufficiency nap. Another nap one that you won't get notifications of a nap if the option is turned off. And you can select and edit wall heights on residential rentals without having to delete and replace the walls. And here's a big one. When attempting to save, error code 0 no longer occurs related to gigs or neighborhood stories, and teen Sims will no longer randomly stop taking exams. The 3rd of 4th here. Now everyone who is online and has the Cupid's Corner Gallery Sims feature enabled should see them. Of course, you only get one per time anyways. The occasional occurrence of a blank create a date goal has been fixed, or will be fixed, obviously. The interface to create your own relationship label now works properly with a controller or when switching between keyboard, mouse, and a controller on consoles. When setting up household relationships in Create a Sim, all the new romance dynamic options are selectable now from the list for Sims on console. And you will now be able to pick which Sims perform the requested behavior when clicking on the wedding arch and do ceremony activities. So it's almost like there's been like a mini update, or will be a mini update for my wedding stories there. And then the extended laundry list of fixes is available through our Linktree. It's also just on the EA news site or blog site, so you can get to it there. I will link to the Linktree and just directly to the laundry list down below. So of course, being me, I did compare what I had screenshots of from when the September 3rd laundry list originally came out versus what it has now been replaced with. And they do have this little update notice on there where they said we've updated the Lovestruck section of the laundry list with additional fixes slated for the upcoming patch. Previously, the section listed fixes that were resolved in the August 8th patch, which I had commented in my video on the laundry list when it came out on September 3rd, where I said that whole section was things that were from the August 8th patch. And it was really obvious because when it linked back, they were all saying they were fixed. They weren't all Lovestruck things. They were just fixes from the August 8th patch. Now, this first section for the base game, there is the one new thing, which is one that I know is affecting, I think, quite a few people, because I see a lot of people mentioning it. So the error code 0, which was on that summary there, when attempting to save no longer occurs related to gigs or neighborhood stories. That was not on the laundry list when they released it on September 3rd, and now it is, and also it was highlighted there in that summary. So I know that seems to be affecting quite a few people, so that's good. Here's that bug report just so you can see it. It's actually an older bug report. I don't know if it'll be fully fixed or if it'll be like the 123 error where it was mostly fixed, but there were some issues, but at least it should hopefully be at a minimum mostly fixed, and perhaps it'll be fixed for everybody. I'm sure that'll be great. And here is the updated full Lovestruck section. Like I said, this is from the EA's actual site where they have them. So that occasional occurrence of a blank create a date goal will be fixed. That was in that summary. The gallery sims was already mentioned. So the Sims will have the option to pay bills when they are due. So that was supposedly fixed, but I guess it wasn't fully fixed, and this is the new version of it. And then you have some more. Changing a create a date event from the calendar with no goals to goals enabled, and switching back to no goals will correctly remove the goals from the event. Vet clinics can no longer be a venue for create a date events, and you have to go somewhere else. Activities from packs you do not own now cannot be selected for a create a date activity. And when you're using the costume trunk, the Sims portrait should reflect the costume they're wearing. The goal, use romantic blanket for the romantic explorer aspiration, now lights up when completed. Sims with a special role, such as bartender or librarian, that are invited on a date now join, even though they're very busy at work and just trying to do their job. I guess they weren't coming. And the romantic explorer and paragon partner goal for going on a date will now be completed properly if the date does not have goals enabled. I guess I've always had goals, so I didn't realize that. And the interface to create your own relationship label now, or will, work properly with a controller or when switching between keyboard, mouse, and a controller on console. And when setting up household relationships, you can now do that on console with respect to that, which was both those two things, I believe, were on like that summary thing. So some of these things here were on that high level as kind of hot things, but there was a few new ones that weren't noted in that overall summary. So those are everything for the laundry list, the new laundry list. I'm not going to go over like the full laundry list. If you want to see that, I will link to my video where I covered the laundry list at the end, so you can see that, and also in the description below. So that makes there were 99 things to be fixed on the previous laundry list. I excluded the Lovestruck, and we got the one extra one that is new for the error 0, so that's 100, and there's 12 here, so we have 112 fixes coming, which is a lot. Now, if you're curious when that is expected, the usual update time should be at 10 a.m. and it should be Tuesday, September 17th, because we're getting the kits on Thursday, September 19th. And when I said 10 a.m., I mean 10 a.m. Pacific. And you can see here some key spots in the world where that's going to be. So New York, i.e. Eastern time zone, that's 1 p.m. For London in the United Kingdom, that is 6 p.m. And if you're Sydney, Australia, that is Wednesday, September 18th at 3 a.m. And then there's the corresponding UTC time there also. I will link down below so you can find out exactly when it is in your own time zone, so you don't have to do the calculations, but this is just in case you want to have a vague idea. This will tell you that. Now, I have a full tutorial on how to prepare for game updates, which I will link at the end and in the description down below, but here is just a basic summary for computer players. And one of the key things I would recommend is to back up your saves, and PlayStation players can do this too. And after you update, repair your game in the A app or Origin if you're on an older Mac, and on Steam this is called verify game files, and I always delete my local thumb cache file. With respect to mods and custom content, they are usually automatically disabled with most updates. I'm not 100% sure with this one, because in the laundry list they suggested that if you have problems after the update to move your mods folder out. And then if you do that, make sure that you check your saves folder for any mod setting files, because some mods like Wonderful Whims and Wicked Whims, they put settings files there, and there might be other mods that do the same, and you need to take that out if you're taking the corresponding mod out, or you could still have problems. They just said to do that if you noticed issues after the update, as opposed to normally they do suggest you move your mods folder out after you update your game and check to see that they are cleared or updated before adding them back in. So I'm not really sure what the impact on mods and custom content this update is going to be. I mean, we're never sure, but it just because they changed that wording a little bit, I don't know if it means anything. It may not. But also, if you do want to temporarily avoid the update, you can turn off automatic updates and go offline with the EA app or Origin, and I have a separate tutorial video on how to do that if you want to see how that works. Anyways, let me know, were you surprised to see this update? I wasn't really expecting them to do an updated laundry list this close to the update, though I did know that the whole Lovestruck section was wrong, and I had actually responded to them on Twitter, the Sims Direct. But I'm glad to see that they fixed it, so now we actually have a better idea of the fixes that are coming on Tuesday, because I was kind of not sure what we were getting with respect to Lovestruck. But I'd love to know what you think about it in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!